Absolutely correct, because I think it was already expected that come what may, when the elections are close, Imran Khan would definitely be sentenced in one way or another. But the fact that there are two decisions that have come one after another within 24 hours actually shows that there's a very clear commitment to not letting him have the space in the elections and even communicate to his supporters that the establishment, which basically means the military, is not keen to create even conditions where a PTI can have a say in the next political system.
Yeah. I mean, this latest jail term has effectively banned him from politics for up to, 10 years. Will PTI have any part in this election at all, given what has happened?
It depends. So far, what we see is that the current leadership of PTI is getting people to be calm and participate in the elections. But the fact that now there's this new decision come up, we'll really see how the party reacts. But I think even if they do participate, the reality is that each member of the party who is contesting election from any seat is allocated a separate electoral symbol, which basically means that at one level they're united, at another level they're not united. So it would really be at the end of the election results that we could tell whether PTI has had any impact, and if yes, those who got their tickets on PTI platform, would they even stand by PTI? Because that's been the history of Pakistani politics, that when the crunch comes, a number of people who stand for something decide to change their mind. So whatever happens in the elections, things would still be unclear about PTI. Only thing would be clear is that Imran Khan would not be in politics, at least for the foreseeable future.
Indeed. As you're inferring, this is not the first time that a political opponent has been jailed and has been thwarted. In fact, Nawaz Sharif, who's now probably going to become Prime Minister, was jailed some years ago. I mean, is this just part of the parliament, of the political process?
It is. It's sad that in Pakistan's political history over the last 75 plus years, whenever elections have been held, there's been no guarantee that the government that is elected would complete its term. And often what happens is that leaders are imprisoned. In 1979, the founder of Pakistan People's Party was even hanged, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. And then, of course, we've got Benazir Bhutto, Zardari, who was also arrested. Benazir Bhutto was assassinated. Nawaz Sharif, as you said, he himself has been imprisoned and removed from power 3 times. So there's more like a merry-go-round where whosoever's turn it is to be in power is brought into power, but others can go into jail and then wait their turn. That's why I'm consciously saying for the foreseeable future, Imran Khan is not going to be part of the political system or the setup, but things could change just the way they changed for Nawaz Sharif.
Indeed, and he at one time had the support of the military, and then he tried to, I suppose, go and break free of that support. But ultimately, it comes down to the military, doesn't it? All the time, that's who makes the rules.
Exactly, and I think what we see is that as time has passed, the military's control of the political system has strengthened. Even though the military constantly claims that they do not want to be in politics, even if they are not directly in politics, like in the form of martial law, they still tend to shape the political structures. So we can go through Pakistan's history and see those examples. But every time that the military has chosen someone, that person has come to power. And every time the military has chosen to take away that support, that person has lost his or her position. That's what happened to Nawaz Sharif. That's what happened to Imran Khan. But again, there's no guarantee that it won't happen again. And so the military also experiments with democracy. And politicians agree with that or become party to that. Again, as Imran Khan had become a party to that. And then when things don't work out, they turn around and start blaming the military. I think the politicians need to learn that it is their responsibility as much as anyone else's to ensure that democracy prevails in Pakistan.
Yeah, indeed, and that's proving very difficult. Of course, Imran Khan was almost an anti-establishment sort from the very beginning, even though he did get the support of the military at the time of his election. How might his supporters respond? They've been very vocal and at times quite agitated.
Well, first I'll question if he was always anti-establishment, because the whole party was set up with very clear support from certain quarters, including sections in the military. And then, of course, he continued this agenda of building Pakistan, bringing a change in Pakistan. There's no doubt that there was a very strong commitment. But I think what we see is that once he was brought to power in 2018, he had sufficient appeal among the people. But then within 4 years of him being in power, he had started losing that appeal. People were very critical of what he had done. And in fact, had it not been for the vote of no confidence, a lot of people argued that he would have lost the next elections or not come back with that much sort of support. But having been ousted from power as a prime minister, his popularity has increased. He's become more like an icon of struggle against whatever the system it is, which he himself was part of and still is in some ways. And because of that, the youngsters, youth constitutes more than 60% of Pakistan's total population. So the youth look at him as, in a way, the Messiah, the savior, and they're constantly saying, if Imran Khan says, we'll vote for him. If Imran Khan chooses something, we'll vote for them. Even an electric poll will go for that. So the reaction among people is very strong. I was just out in the shops at the moment, a few minutes ago, and there was this sense repeating the narrative that he had introduced, that there are people who really are hypocrites and they sell their country out. And the decision was being presented like that. Now, I didn't want to extend that discussion, but I think that sense would be repeated by a lot of people, and especially the youth would look at it as an example of the military getting its way. But would they come out on the streets? I think that's a big question. We'll have to wait for it, because so far they're reactions, but very muted reactions.
Indeed.
Given what happened on the 9th of May last year.
Yep, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks. As you are there for the elections, no doubt you will see it play out. Good to talk, Samina. Thanks so much.
Pleasure.